Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurva Bishtam Supurakam Gurganara Sesha Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shirupa Patanugam Govinda Abhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktiyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premna Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelanshitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Shri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyasishvara Shridaram Vanshakopatarubyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're continuing with our reading of Sri Garga Samhita by Srila Garga Muni, Sri Garga Muni, and the translation is done by Kushakratha Prabhu. And today I'll continue with chapter 14, the liberation of Shakatasura and Trinavarta. Sri Garga Muni said, one who hears with devotion Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes becomes perfect and successful. Of this there is no doubt. Sri Shonaka said, O sage, hearing from your mouth Sri Krishna's beautiful pastimes, which are sweeter than nectar, we have now become successful. What did Bahulashva, who was a peaceful-hearted devotee of Lord Krishna, and who was the best of the pious, ask the sage next? O saint, wealthy in austerity, please tell me this. Sri Garga Muni said, happy, overcome with love, and meditating on the Supreme Personality of God, the saintly-hearted king of Mithila spoke to Narada. Sri Bahulashva said, because of you, whose devotional service is very great, I have become fortunate and successful. Association with the Lord's great devotees is very rarely attained. What wonderful activities did infant Krishna, who loves his devotees, perform? O sage, please tell me. Sri Narada said, O king, as a devotee of Lord Krishna, you have asked a very good question. Association with saintly devotees brings happiness and auspiciousness to everyone. On the day of Krishna's birth star, Nanda's wife, Yashoda, called together the Gopas and Gopis and had the Brahmanas perform auspicious ceremonies. Taking her dark boy, who was dressed in red garments and whose limbs decorated with golden ornaments and his lotus eyes with black anjana, wore a glittering moon necklace of lion's nails, she offered respectful obeisances as the demigods to the demigods and gave great wealth to the Brahmins. On that auspicious day, Yashoda placed her son in his cradle and quickly went to greet the gopis. As the cowherd people came and went in the auspicious rooms, the gopi, Yashoda, did not hear the sound of her crying son. At that time, a demon named Udkacha, who had been sent by the demon Kamsa and who had a body made of air, went to a cart and tried to make it fall on Krishna's head. However, infant Krishna kicked the cart with the red sole of his feet. When the cart broke into the pieces, the demon fell. Leaving his body of air, he attained a pure spiritual body, and after respectfully bowing down before Lord Hari in a chariot pulled by 100 horses, went to the Lord's abode, Goloka. Headed by Nanda, the men and gopis of Braj at once converged at that place and asked the children, "How could this cart have fallen by itself? O children of Braja, you were here, you know." The children replied, "Staying in the cradle, crying for milk and kicking his feet, the child hit the cart with one foot, making it fall." Astonished, the Gopas and Gopis did not believe the children's words. What is this 3-month-old infant in comparison to this heavily burdened cart? Fearing that a ghost had come, Yashoda took the infant on her lap, gave offerings to the Brahmins, and had them perform a traditional yajna. Sri Bahulashva asked, "O great sage, in his previous birth, who was this fortunate demon named Udkacha, who attained liberation by the touch of Lord Krishna's lotus feet?" Sri Narada said, "O king of Mithila, one day the demon named Udkacha, who was Hiranyaksha's son, went to Lomasha Muni's hermitage and broke some trees. Seeing the powerful giant named Udkacha, the Brahmin became angry and cursed him, saying, 'O evil-hearted one, become bodiless.' As a result of this curse, Udkacha's body at once fell away like a snake's old skin. The king of demons then fell at the Brahmin's feet and said, 'O sage, O ocean of mercy, please be kind to me. I did not know your power. O Lord, please give me a body.' The sage, who had studied 100 lessons in morality from the demigod Brahma, became pleased. The anger of saintly persons brings a blessing. How great is that blessing which brings liberation?" Sri Lomasa then said, You may have a body made of air. When the Chakshus Manvantara is over and the Vaivasvata Manvantara has begun, Lord Hari's foot will give you liberation. In this way, the power of Lomasha Muni gave liberation to the demon Udkacha. I offer my respectful obeisances to the saintly devotees of the Lord, who have the power both to bless and to curse. Narad Muni continued, "O king, one day as he played on her lap and she fondled him, Nanda's wife could no longer hold her infant boy because he had become as heavy as a mountain. She was astonished, thinking, 'How has my infant boy become heavy as a mountain?' She placed him on the ground at once. She wondered, 'How has this happened?' The powerful demon Trinavarta, who had been sent by Kamsa, appearing as a circling whirlwind, grabbed the handsome playing infant boy. In Gokula there was blinding darkness and a terrible roar. For an hour the dust impeded everyone's vision so that Yashoda could not see her son in the courtyard. Bewildered and crying, she gazed at the roofs of the houses in Braja. When she did not see her son, she fell to the ground unconscious. She loudly and pitifully wept like a cow whose calf had died. Filled with love and their faces covered with tears, the gopis also wept as they searched here and there for Nanda's son. Going 800,000 miles into outer space, Trinavarta became troubled, thinking that the infant on his shoulder was as heavy as Mount Sumeru. The demon wanted to drop Krishna, but the tiny Supreme Personality of Godhead steadfastly held on to his neck. When the demon cried, let go, the wonderful infant Krishna strangled and killed him. The demon then merged into Lord Krishna's effulgence as lightning merges in a dark monsoon cloud. The demon and the infant fell from the sky onto a boulder. The sound of the fallen body breaking into pieces filled all directions and made the earth tremble. The weeping gopis saw the infant sitting silently on the demon's back as they quickly brought him to his mother and gave him to her. The gopis said, Yashoda, you have no right to embrace this child. You have no kindness. Your own words show how cruel you are. In the blinding darkness, who took her infant from her lap and abandoned him. You were so merciless that in that terrifying moment you placed your infant boy on the ground. Sri Yashoda said, how did my child become as heavy as the king of mountains? I don't know. That is why, during the terrible whirlwind, I placed him on the ground. The gopi said, O beautiful one, don't lie. O Yashoda, now free from all trouble, this infant, the milk still in his mouth, is as light as a feather, is as light as a flower. Gopi said, O beautiful one, don't lie. O Yashoda, never free from all trouble, this infant, the milk still in his mouth, is as light as a flower. Sri Narada said, when infant Krishna was returned, the gopis and gopas, headed by Nanda, they became very happy and excitedly spoke among themselves. Yashoda took the infant, made him again and again drink from her breast, smelled his head, and dressed him in nice clothes. Then, bewildered, she spoke to Rohini. Sri Yashoda said, Fate has given me only one son. I did not have many sons, but to that one son many dangers come at every moment. Today, he escaped from death's mouth. If he had died, what would have happened? What would I do? Where would I go? Where would I live then? Many demons, as strong as thunderbolts and terrible to see, hate my son. O fate, how will we be happy? My wealth, body, palace, and many jewels are all only of use as long as they make my son happy. I will worship Lord Hari, give charity, do great public welfare work, and build 100 temples. Then my body will be victorious over all dangers. My son will make me happy. I will become like a blind stick, immobile with bliss. O dear Rohini, I will take my son and go to the kingdom of fearlessness. Sri Narada said, at that time, many learned Brahmins came to Nanda's palace. Nanda and Yashoda worshipped them and gave them seats. The Brahmins said, O Nanda, O Yashoda, Queen of Braja, don't lament. We will protect your son. He will live for a long time. After saying this, the exalted Brahmins, with new twigs, kusha grass, pure sacred water, prayers from the Rig, Shama, and Yajur Vedas, and many auspicious blessings, properly performed a yajna and worshipped the sacred fire. In this way, they established the protection of child Krishna. The Brahmin said, my dear Damodar, the Brahmin said, may Lord Damodar protect your feet. May Lord Vishtarashrava protect your knees. May Lord Hari protect your thighs. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead protect your navel. May the Lord of Radha protect your hips. May the Lord who wears yellow garments protect your abdomen. May the Lord whose navel is a lotus flower protect your chest. May the Lord who lifted Govardhan Hill protect your arms. May the Lord of Mathura protect your face. May the Lord of Dwarka protect your head. May the Lord who kills the demons protect your back. May the Supreme Personality of Godhead give you all protection. One who regularly recites this prayer of 3 verses will always be very happy. He will never experience fear. Sri Narada said, to the Brahmins, Nanda gave 100,000 cows, 1,000,000 gold coins, 1,000 jewels, and 100,000 opulent garments. When these exalted Brahmins had gone, Nanda invited the Gopas. Nanda invited the Gopas, fed them sumptuously, honored them, and gave them many beautiful garments and ornaments. Sri Bahulashva said, "What pious deeds did Trinavarta perform in his previous birth that he merged into Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead?" Sri Narada said, "He was Sahasraksha, a powerful king of Pandudesh. He was a devotee of Lord Hari, a follower of religion, a performer of yagyas, and a giver of charity. On the shore of the Reva, at a very splendid place filled with flowering vines, he enjoyed pastimes with 1,000 beautiful women. When Durvasa Muni happened to come there, the king did not bow down to offer respects to him. The sage then cursed him, saying, 'O evil-hearted one, become a demon.' When the king fell at his feet, the sage gave him a blessing, saying, 'O king, the touch of Sri Krishna's form will give you liberation.' Because of Durvasa's curse, the king became Trinavarta in his next life, and by the touch of Sri Krishna's form, he attained liberation." So that's the chapter of 14, and this is the liberation of Shakatasura and Trinavarta. So Shakatasura came as a cart, and Krishna kicked the cart with his feet and broke that cart, and Trinavarta tried to take Krishna into the sky, but Krishna became very heavy and he crashed to the ground. So we've heard many of these stories also from Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book, and also they are taken from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. But it's very nice to hear some details that Garga Rishi presents. Okay, now